Hi. 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 Hold on. Hi, guys. Hi. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Ajakade, Eniola. Oh, the YouTube. Let me paste the link here. Or you can go to my YouTube page and just like click on my profile picture. It should take you to the live. But let me also paste the link here. Thank you, Eniola. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah. So this is the link to the YouTube. I think the YouTube is more clearer. Oh, let me. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to. I need to share this other screen. Sorry. Hey guys. TikTok. Let me just start sharing my screen on YouTube first because it's more clear. But because I have tried it and I feel it's more clear. Okay, YouTube is clear. Then let me share for TikTok. Oh, can you guys hear me? Please, can you comment if you can hear me? And then for YouTube, I think before you can, you need to like subscribe. So in case you want to leave a comment, you can. If you have not subscribed, it wouldn't let you leave a comment. I want to add another camera source. Oh guys, I don't know why um TikTok is not letting me share the other screen. I don't know if you guys will go to YouTube. It's only letting me share this particular screen I'm on, and I'm using like a double screen. And we were able to do it last Saturday. Okay, let me bring back this one here. Uh, can you guys see me? All right, okay. I think I will probably have to join on my phone too, so I can just watch it from my phone instead of. Okay, yeah, I think it's clear on. Okay, all right. Yeah, I think it's clear. Hopefully, the reading part clear, unlike last week. Yeah. Using one screen can be. So I don't know. Should we start with part four or part one? Should we start from the hard? Which part do you want us? You guys want us to start from? Can you like drop a comment if you have a specific part you want me to start from? I wanted to start from one, although let me just leave it for you guys to decide. Okay, one. Okay. Mm, mm, okay. So I was scrolling. Is there like I'm looking at the questions explaining library this spirit. I don't want to do one that I have done before. So maybe I think with this account I haven't done this one. Explaining a library damage dispute. Mm. I like I said, whenever I'm doing okay, you guys can just like have a book, like a paper, just like in TikTok exam. I said TikTok exam give you like a paper just in case I need to just something. At least for me personally, I jot down when I'm doing Celpip reading. Make it seem like okay, apply it the same way I would apply it during exam. So let's start. If you have set Celpip, you can open it. But someone from the last life class we did, somebody said this. Okay, somebody said the questions are different from the questions on my own were different from her own. Can you guys see like the full screen of the questions and the answer? I think the passage is kind of cut off from my own screen. Is it the same for everybody? Okay, okay, you can see my screen. Okay, so um this is my first time here. I don't really know how it works. Yeah, okay. We are doing the passages together. So normally this is a question from YouTube. Same cutoff. Full, okay, full now. Okay, I can see, but it's not clear. It's actually clear on YouTube. That's why, like, I decided to use YouTube today as well because I had to try it out during the week. Last week, I figured that TikTok was we were able to see that TikTok was always blur, and so I decided to okay try out YouTube, and YouTube is clearer. If you can click my bio, it will take you to my YouTube, but if not, let me share the link again. Hold on. Let me share the link again on TikTok. It's full actually, but I think it's okay. Make it full. If I make it full, we won't be able to see the questions. That's actually why. If I make it full, you won't be able to see the questions. I've shared the YouTube link. Okay. So okay, I think I figured what TikTok people were about. Whenever I go to this YouTube page, I don't know what is happening today. Normally, I'm able to kind of share two screens because I have three screens here. But today, it's not like TikTok is not letting me share my other screen, and you guys shouldn't have to be seeing. Um, okay, let me take out this page. Okay, okay, I think it's better now. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is better. That way, the what's it called? YouTube will not be interfering with uh, will not be interfering with my screen. Sorry, you guys, pardon me for a minute. I'm trying to see if I can record the class so that I post it on my page later. Record. Oh, there's no recording. Okay, I'm seeing record. Okay, I think it works out for everyone now. So, is it better on TikTok right now because I have taken out YouTube from this particular screen? Um, I can, yeah, okay, yeah, this is perfect. So, let's start. Normally, okay, this is part one, and your part one starts with most times they ask you what the passage is all about for your question one, and that is always um, on the first paragraph of your Celpip your passage. And one thing with part one of Celpip reading is that the questions now you see how you have one, two, three, four, five. When they're asking you question for part one, this is for part one alone. It follows a sequence. They can't they kind of ask you question as you are going down the passages. So like you answer your number one, it's likely to you will know the reason your answer in this first paragraph. Your number two would be maybe in the next paragraph, and then number three in the next paragraph. So it's kind of progressive. Your questions are progressive as you go. So if we want to do that now, and they said, I know like most times in my self reading, I try to skim the passage to tell me what in the other parts, like especially for three and four, and also like okay, for part two, too, I skimmed it to give me an idea. But for part one, you can actually do without it. You can just go straight to it for your part one. You go straight to it, like read your questions and then read your answers. So, and since you know, like your question is progressive, like for part, this is for part one, because one thing you should know that in Celpip, you can most times you cannot use the same strategy to attempt all your questions. The strategy you use in part one is different from the strategy you're going to use in part two, and different from what you're going to probably use in part three and part four. And that is where practice comes in so that you get used to all these different strategies. So for part one, I will read my question. Michelle is writing to Nadia to dash. So which is we know that this place is an email to somebody, and then if you read your paragraph one, it's always going to tell you what this question is all about, what this person is writing about. So you if you read it, you say, okay, Michelle is writing. So if you say to Nadia, from this question, you also know that, oh, the writer of this email is Michelle, obviously, and the person they are writing to is Nadia. So I will read, okay, and then dear Nadia, I'm hoping you're doing well. I'm writing to tell you about the frustrating situation I have been dealing with at the radio branch of the Ottawa Public Library. So, this tells you exactly why he's writing this email. She's writing to tell, like, complain about it. From this thing, you know that, oh, this is a complaining email. She's complaining about something. That's what the email is going to write to be all about. So I want to tell you about the frustrating situation. Why I'm taking time to explain all of this is that when you're reading, you should be reading for meaning. So you should be making sure you are understanding what you're reading, because the moment you're not understanding what you're reading, that's when you won't be able to pick the right answer. So when you are reading, be in yourself, like, and thankfully, like, I think reading is the second part after listening. So at that point, some people might not have wouldn't have started speaking. So you have that no disturbance, and or even if people have started speaking, you use your earplug and block your ear so that you actually try to pay attention as you are reading. Make sure that you're understanding the words that you are reading, because the moment you're not understanding, to pick the right answer might be hard for you. So I'm going to tell you a frustrating you have been dealing with the reader right way. So you read the options. complain about books library collection. This is not the answer. Ask for help paying library fee. No. Share a problem and seek um, advice. This is the answer likely to pick. This is the answer I'm going to pick. Recommend a new coffee shop. Now, here there is actually a trap. I don't know. Okay, this is my first time here. Okay, okay, nobody has. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the screen where my YouTube is showing to make sure people nobody dropped any question. If you have something to like share, like or have a question, you can always drop it and then I will respond in progress. We are not actually using the timer. I'm just trying to like make people understand know how to answer the question. So it's not about me trying to rush through the question and show that oh maybe I can answer it or maybe I can't answer it. It's just about helping people to know how to pick their answers. So here now you can for me, I feel this response is a trap. You guys, I'm feeling so hot in this room and I want to turn on the fan. I will turn it on right now. And if it's noisy, just let me know. So I will just turn it off and just endure. Is the sound noisy? Like, is it affecting you guys from which online video they are doing? Yes, I'm recording it at the home. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Uh, okay, maybe I would start all over and record it. I don't know. I thought I pressed recording and it's not recording. Yeah. Okay. Recording and started again. Okay. So I'm going to sorry for the purpose of the person that asked this recording be available. I thought I was recording and unfortunately it wasn't recording when I clicked recording and I had to restart the recording. So I'll quickly like explain myself just in case for anybody that is going to be watching this video. I don't know if that part recorded, but I'm going to run this part one over again so that anybody that is watching the video from now will see how we answer part one. And like I said, this place for part one of Celpip, the first question is always about what the email is about, and you will find it in the first. Normally, when you're writing email to somebody, it's always that you're going to inform that person the reason you are writing the email, so you wouldn't have to look around. And like I said, the questions are progressive. The first question is always in the first paragraph. The second question probably in the second paragraph, but they don't jump paragraph and ask you question. They follow the for this part one. They ask you question as the question is progressing. You are going down your paragraph until you get to the end. Oh, it's blowing out my voice. Okay, let me turn it off and let me open the window. One moment, you guys. Um, Let me just endure, but oh my God, it's so hot. We are in summer and the weather is so hot. I feel so much heat right now. No, it's fine. We can't hear you. Okay. Sorry. It's noisy. Okay, thank you. I didn't even look at the comments. Okay. So I'm going to kind of endure. I guess that is the sacrifice. And you guys, you only pay me back by passing your exam this moment. So anyway, so like I said, your your first question will be in the first one, which is where you always know the reason somebody is writing you an email. I wanted to tell you about the frustrating situation I've been dealing with at the radio branch of the Ottawa Public Library. And like I said, take your time to make sure you are understanding what you're reading. Here, Michelle is writing to Nadia too, because I told you for this part one, I try to just go through the question and then search for it in my option because it's easier. Because this part one is actually easy to do. It's not like the other ones where I try to get an idea of the whole passage first before answering them. So, and here I have picked this option before I hit recording again. So I don't know if it's recorded before. The reason why I didn't pick this option after I read through it, is because this is a trap. Yes, they said something about library book collection, but he just said she said she wants about a frustrating situation. Like I told you, this is a complaint email already. They didn't use the word complain, but this is a complaint email already. And but she didn't. She just said that she a frustrating situation she's dealing with at this library. But here they said complain about book collection, which is a trap. Normally, if you see library and you see library books collection, some people might want to pick this option because she didn't specifically state the reason why the exact problem she's dealing with. She just called it a frustrating situation, which is a problem, which is a complaint. So share a problem and probably, okay, I didn't read the second line, but this place alone is enough for me to, because this is a time that 9 minutes or so, right? So you don't have the whole time to be reading excessively other sentences that you don't need, other sentences that you don't need. So this is why, and then they didn't mention everything about anything about paying library fee. Then here, share a problem and seek advice. Exactly. She wants to share a problem, a frustrating situation, and probably she's going to, and she if you're writing to somebody, most probably she want to seek advice. It might be stated in the last paragraph. Now, from this question, when I saw this option, share the problem is most likely, so I wanted to confirm that she's seeking an advice, and I know it will not be anywhere in this body of the letter. And let me state it: if you don't, for this part one, the number one question, you would most likely see the option in your first paragraph and in the last paragraph. Have you ever dealt with a situation like this? You see how I just quickly, I know straight off, like from series of practice, like, or normally when you're writing somebody an email, after introducing the reason why you're writing the email, the next thing you're going to do is to go straight to tell the person, oh, the reason you're writing. And then maybe at the end, you will now, like, if you say, oh, can you advise me on what to do after listing what the problem is? So I didn't bother to go through any of these passages. So, and in exam, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Since I can confirm already stated here, that is, tell about a frustrating situation, which is a problem. To confirm that she wants to seek advice, I just went straight to the last one. So put it in mind that part one, or no, question one of Celpip part one, you're going to be seeing your answer. So maybe sometimes the first paragraph is enough for you to see your answer. So if you don't see the complete, just quickly run to the last paragraph and skim through it, and then this will confirm. This is for part one of self reading. Yes, it's not always. Sometimes the complete, yes. I have also come across a question like this sometime. So you have to like combine. Sometimes you need to combine what is in paragraph one. Paragraph one will give you an idea because normally they state the purpose of an email about the answer you pick until you scroll that. Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. So, but like I said, seek advice. I already like know how email works. So that is why, have you dealt with situation like this before? I didn't even say I will love your advice. I have not, I didn't even say it, but have you dealt with a situation like this before? I know like, oh, she's trying to like seek the person's opinion, and which is why this one they didn't even mention recommend a coffee shop. So this is how I pick this particular question. Okay, so for the next question now, they said Michelle borrowed Pierre kitchen to Dash. Now, this is where you start making use from this next question, which is number two. This is where you start making use of your, what's it called, your keywords to quickly go to the passage, and you go to next paragraph. I don't go back there again because I know like my response is not going to be there. I identify my keyword. Forget the fact that they put this in quotes. In your exam, they may not put it in quotes. So but if they don't put it in quotes, you look at your question, ask yourself, oh, what is likely to be the key word like a word that stand out. It might be the name of a place, it might be a date, it might be like something specific, or like even if it's uh, if you see any high vocabulary word, kind of something that you can call a high vocabulary word in your question, I always put it at the back of my mind as a keyword when I'm going to start when I start scanning. I will put it at the back of my mind. So, but now they put it in quotes, which makes it easier. So we are going to take this Pierre kitchen and start skimming it and start scanning. So when you start scanning, you are not reading, you are just looking for this particular word. For is the name of a place. Is would when they give you name of a place. Since okay, sorry, since she already talked about, somebody left a comment. I want to see, since she already talked about library and book, I wouldn't think twice. You sure I will pass this exam? Of course you will pass, and that is the essence of practice, and maybe like listening to other people as well. Like there was somebody I was talking to some time ago, and then the person was having issues with writing, and then he was missing a key point in the question, and immediately like, oh, I pointed it like this is what a second opinion will do for you. Oh, things that so that when you are practicing, you put it in your mind that most times is not the answer is not very easy as it may seem, and know that Celpip exam is about trap. They will set trap for you. They will keep setting trap for you. They want you to sorry. They set trap for you to test if you actually understand English, because that's what makes them know that you actually understand English. Ah, you people, are you sure I will not remove this week, because me, I'm feeling hit. And please don't be scared. Like by God's grace, you're going to pass. Like you or you're going to pass. So don't always when you see that word. In fact, I will tell myself when I see that word, one word in something I'm reading, I try to read it again. Although practice so that you'll be able to like speed, because at the end of the day we are taking time here, but in exam you don't have all the time. So don't when you see like that certain word in your option, read it again to make sure that they are making the same meaning. So don't be quick to pick your answers. Anyway, so let's pick this Pierre Kishin, and then you go to that your second paragraph and you start using it to scan. When I say scan, I'm not reading. Scan means you pick that word, you are searching for only that particular word where you are going to see that word in the paragraph. Until you see it, you stop. If you don't see it, don't read. You don't have time to read. You continue scanning, but I've seen it now, so I will stop. So since I see it, okay, this is where um it stop. I would actually read from where this sentence stop. I will start reading from where the sentence starts. He said one was a novel called The Northern Road, and the other was a cookbook titled Pierre Kitchen. So this tells me that is a book that she's talking about. Even though I didn't start it from the beginning, but you see, I'm reading for meaning. I'm taking my time to take these sentences. The other was a cookbook called Pierre Kitchen. So it tells me that oh, she's talking about a book. Because when I saw Pierre Kitchen here, I thought it's actually the name of a place. I actually forgot that she said she wants to complain about something in the library. So now this reminded me that oh, she's complaining about she's going to be complaining about a book. Okay, borrowed Pierre Kitchen, that she's talking about a book called Pierre Kitchen, not the name of a place. So I had borrowed Pierre Kitchen. I have I have borrowed Pierre Kitchen in sorry. I had borrowed both in mid October for my book club and for planning Thanksgiving dinner. So this is the reason why she borrowed this thing. And when we read that question, although this took time because of the way I was explaining this paragraph, if you had read the question immediately and you go straight to scanning, you will be able to still have that question in mind. She borrowed Pierre Kitchen too. I had borrowed both in mid-October for my book club and for planning Thanksgiving dinner. To help plan Thanksgiving meal, okay, I would I would pick this, but I will read all my option to make sure that I pick the right option. But for the when I read this, oh, it fits an option that I'm likely to pick. So to help plan Thanksgiving meal, because for planning Thanksgiving dinner, share a recipe with her book club. No, give give it as a gift for her neighbor. Learn to cook soup for the fine. Okay, this tool now, this is where your answers lie. I'm going to go with this because this one is more straightforward with what is in the actual, what is in the passage. But for this one now, they mentioned book club. Yes, but you mean, and then even though they mentioned book club first, I, oh shit, sorry you guys, I have it. They mentioned this what's it called? This book club, because but they also mentioned it here, but they didn't tell us what she's going to use it for in her book club. I don't know if you guys know how book club was, but they just put in mind that they didn't. So one thing you would always do in your exam, especially for Celpip reading, is don't assume. Always run with what you see on your screen, what is in the passage you're reading. Don't say, oh, I know this thing somewhere, or you know it in yes, sometimes a knowledge about that thing will help you make your choice. But when it comes to the real facts, go with the facts you see in the book. Yes, I know how book club works, which like people come together like to form a book club and maybe to read and all. But they didn't actually tell us what she's going to use that particular book to do. So, and also they also said the first one is Northern Road, and the other book called Cookbook. I had borrowed both book for my book club and all. So they didn't mention recipe, so I'm not going to go with this option. So don't let any keyword you see. Sorry about it, and hopefully, I think that most times when people are scoring low in sorry, YouTube people, I'm actually responding to a response to a comment on TikTok. When most people have challenge with self-pip reading, the challenge always stems from the fact that most times is either they are slow in reading and they start rushing rushing towards the end, or even not towards the end. They spend a whole lot of time because they are slow in reading, and then when they get to the end, and most times for me, I call those end questions like free questions, because most times it just what fits best fitting the 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 gap there. And if you don't have time to really read it to understand what best fits in and you just take a guess, you are losing those free marks. So when you are scoring low in reading, it stems from the fact maybe you're really slow in reading. And I have a video on how to slow reading on my YouTube. Maybe you can check it out. Or another reason why you may be having low score in reading is if you are not reading for meaning. Sometimes people just read, or sometimes you see like a very big vocabulary word. I'm not sure we have actually across any big vocabulary word so far. If you see big vocabulary word, most times it's always in part 3 and part 4. When you see big vocabulary word, you start panicking, and then that panic puts fear in you. You are no longer calm to understand what you are reading, because it happens to me too. Like whenever I'm in panic, like let's say in school exam, I remember when I was in school, there was this particular exam that, oh, I just forgot. I don't know how it happened. That was the first time something like that had ever happened to me. I forgot something that was very important in the question. And that question is something I have read. And I kept trying to remember it. And that moment, the fact that I couldn't remember it, I started panicking. It didn't make me to be calm enough to actually pay attention to other questions. Someone that is always like self-aware of my problem. So when I am self-aware of my problem, I kind of talk to you see me talking to myself. I tell myself, please get it together. And then I still have to pass the exam because I eventually like talk to myself before like it got worse. So if you see something like big vocabulary words, don't panic. Just ignore it, because there is nothing you can actually do about it at that moment. You cannot, the fact that you don't know that big word, it's not all the words that everybody knows the meaning. So the fact that you don't know that word, don't let it be like a panic. Let it be, and progress to read the next sentence following that big vocabulary word. If you read this next sentence, I'm not saying jump the whole sentence. Just avoid that word alone and continue reading your sentence. It will make you understand, oh, the context around that big word. You may not know the meaning of the big word, but reading other sentences, that the smallest, the simple sentences around it may give you like an insight to understand the concept and the context around that big word, and that will help you to actually pick your answer better. And instead of wasting time trying to still think about what does this word mean. So learn to read for meaning, learn to ignore the big vocabulary words when you see them, and learn to like manage your time. And that is like how, like that's one of the major reasons I have seen with people to deal with. So this is what I pick, and then we go to the third one. When Michelle um returns the book, return the book. Now, return the book is the key word. So for Celpip, knowing the right keyword dash when knowing the right keyword is the first step to picking the right answer. So because we definitely know that Michelle cannot actually be like a keyword. This whole passage is Michelle complaining about something. So return the book. This one is easier. Is when we get to like 3 and 4, it might be start picking your keyword may find it a bit difficult, but here it's easier. So you put return the book dash. So we'll look for return the book. Oh, when I drop them off. And then when you are looking for your keyword, you see how I wanted to start searching for return the book. I did not go back to start from the beginning. I continued searching. I wasn't even about to read. I just wanted to search and I saw the drop. Sometimes it's not as easy as this. Sometimes you might need to search to the next paragraph or go down a bit further before you see your keyword. But then as you're searching, return the book. Always put it in your mind that you may not see the exact word, phrase, especially when you are searching with a phrase, you will not see the exact phrase sometimes in the passage. You're looking for synonym as well or paraphrasing. So drop the book. I know that, the next sentence might uh, would likely contain the response that I am going to be looking for. So when Michelle returned the book, when I dropped them off, that's obviously return the book at the return desk, everything seemed fine. And the librarian, Mrs. Thornton, checked them, checked them in without any complaint. So I go read my options. The librarian noticed water damage right away. No, it wasn't. She was asked to pay a replacement fee. No. Mr. Daniel recorded the condition of the book. No. Then nothing unusual was mentioned. This is what I will pick. Do anybody disagree, or like if you agree, you can comment as well. If you disagree, you can also comment. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ajoke D. So, so the next one, Mr. Daniels is upset. Okay, Mr. Daniel upset Michelle by dash. So my next keyword to that's somebody that is mentioned in the passage, probably. So upset Michelle. So this is my keyword, Mr. Daniel. I'm going to look for Mr. Daniel, and I'm going to look for where he upset Michelle. And then like synonym is going to be at the back of my mind. I continue, and then I'm searching for Mr. Daniel. Sometimes when I'm searching, the way I'm using this mouse, my eye is actually working faster. So you may not see me moving my mouse to everywhere. So I'm kind of moving with my eyes. So I've actually seen Mr. Daniel here. So I would. So you see how I didn't read this part. I'm just using my eye to actually scan for Mr. Daniel instead of wasting time to read everything. So this is how you manage your time. You don't read the things that are not necessary. So I go to Mr. Daniel. This is comma. So I will start from where this sentence starts, and then and see something. I went to the library on Saturday to dispute the charge and spoke with Mr. Daniels, the branch supervisor. He was polite but explained that since no damage has been recorded before the book was lent to me, I was considered responsible. I tried to point out that the pages could have been slightly wrapped before I borrowed it, but I could not prove anything because I had not inspected the book carefully at the time. That is a lesson. You see, That is a lesson that I have learned the hard way. From this thing now, even though Mr. Daniel was mentioned here, nothing here states that anything Mr. Daniel said here actually upset made her upset. Actually, he pointed out politely. That's what we can see. So I know my answer wasn't here, even though Mr. Daniel was mentioned. Base, I'm still not base my answer from this paragraph. Although Mr. Daniel was mentioned, I was normally I would read and stop in this. Okay, this is actually here, but I kept reading because I didn't see my response. I would run through something like this fast, but my answer, I'm very sure that it's not here because I have seen that in the next passage. I told you people my eye actually works fast. I've seen that what really bothered me, it will be in the next passage. But anyways, so if in a situation you see Mr. Daniels, because I remember in my exam, gave me something on one of the passage about wheat bread, making bread with wheat in Canada generally. So, like a lot of the keywords, when I read this place, I don't see it. You will just have to run through it. Oh, thank you, Flex. Oh, thank you so much. So you just have to run through it so fast and go to the next. If in case you do not see what you are looking for there. So you see how the answer is not in this Mr. Daniel that we saw here. I know it might be in the, because I've seen what really bothered me was Mr. Daniel. Like I've seen a second Mr. Daniel. So your eyes and all, if you like, you need to like learn how to like pay attention, multitask with your eye, your brain, and everything. So what really bothered me was that Mr. Daniel suggested that I might have left the book near a window where condensation could have affected it. This okay, that made me feel as though he did not believe me at all, and I left feeling quite upset. So you see where our answer is. And then I go read my option. Mr. Daniels upset Michelle by refusing to let her file a formal appeal. No, suggesting that she was not being truthful. Yeah, this is what I will likely pick, and then continue to um, read my options. Because one thing about Celpip, I always say it in my videos. I don't know if I still say it, but I've always said it in my previous video. Make sure you, when you read, even though you're like me, when I see the first, I pick and then I continue reading, just in case. Even when I read all this option and I'm still doubtful, I must definitely pick something before moving to the next question, because you don't know if time will allow you to go back to this question. And instead of leaving it unanswered, you can just take that guess. You might be lucky and then you pick the right one and you have your 1 mark. So charging her for both returns, no, asking Mr. Tonton to confirm the damage, Miss Tonton is actually the librarian that was mentioned, so she didn't actually mention it. This is, you guys agree? Do you guys agree with me? Because this is like, and also like TikTok people, in case you want to come up, you can tell me, you have like, maybe you have a question and you want to come up to like say something. I can actually bring more to guests. Let me make that. Oh, multiple guests. Okay, just in case somebody wants to come up, you can indicate, and then I would bring you up. And if you want to ask question or say something. Oh, mm. So the next one, Michelle's regrets not. So regret is something that we use to search. So I continue, like I told you. You see how these questions, like I told you, is no, is not a, sorry, isn't it, like I didn't understand what you said. Can you, like, I thought, okay, you totally agree. Okay. So Michelle regrets Michelle regrets not dash, okay, that she has a regret. And okay, Michelle regrets not to, I can immediately, I remember that he said that, oh, that it was mentioned before somewhere, like when she was saying not checking the before borrowing it. because it was said here, I think I could not prove it because I had not inspected the book carefully before borrowing it. Actually, that's what. But I can still confirm the if I want to. But this is but keep the cookbook away from the kitchen. Return the book at another day. Speak with Mr. Son about the damage. Regret not speaking with. So I can still like I'd actually mentioned it before. So yes, isn't it exactly? Regret not to. I didn't read this option. So immediately she had mentioned it when she was kind of seeing this problem in the first Mr. Daniel that we had, like point out the place where could have been slightly right before I borrowed it, but I could not prove anything. So I tried to point out. So I think that was like something like she I want to see if there's any way that regrets it. He was polite but explained that no damage had recorded. I considered I was considered I tried to clarify that book could have slightly wrong before the book, but I could not prove anything because I did not expect it. Okay, that is sorry, even you see where regret that is a lesson I learned the hard way. Like this is a statement showing regret. This is a statement. That was a lesson. This is a regret. And then we proceed to the next one. Michelle is hopeful about the appeal because we go to the next this thing. Hopeful about this. That means appeal dash. I'm planning to write a formal letter. Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to read. I'm hopeful about the appeal. Okay, yeah. See appeal, I might start reading. But hopeful is actually like a more key, like you see here now, there are two keywords that I feel like I'm going to use to search, like I would use to search. Normally, because if you consider time, you may not really have time to start reading from the beginning of this passage. So hopeful, like where she's hopeful, I will start searching for hopeful. Okay, I'm hoping for the same result. Like okay, so I'm going to go back because she said she's hoping for the same result. When you read this sentence, it's a simple sentence, but it shows you that the result she's hoping for has been stated before she just said, okay, I'm hoping for this result. And this is what makes me know that whatever she's hoping will be in the sentence behind. In the sentence behind. So I will just go back and read. My neighbor Karen mentioned she had similar issue last year at Bengoro branch and managed to get the fee waived after submitting a written explanation. I'm hoping for for the same result. If that does not work, I suppose I will pay and move on, but I would rather not pay for the damage I did not cause. So like I'm guessing he's hopeful because the neighbor had the same issue. So that would be like is likely my answer, but I will go through. Mr. Daniel encouraged her to write one. No, the main office is known to be lenient. Is known to be lenient. A similar complaint worked for somebody he knows. I think this is the answer. So she had like a proof that was already. So it had worked for the neighbor mentioned she had similar issues. So this is how I picked my answer. Hopeful was the keyword I used there. And then for this one, you see that here is the response to the message, complete a response if you like. So this is now Nadia. You know, this email is Michelle, like saying all the problems she's encountering, like so the issue she has, complaining about the issue she has. But this second part is always like the person they wrote the letter to, responding to the person that wrote the letter. So, dear Michelle, that's always so you know that whatever you're picking is something you feel like would fit in. Feeling, when we were doing elementary school or primary school, I don't know they call it in your area, we kind of always have that filling the gap. It's still the same thing here, but here is more advanced that you're filling in with a sentence or a phrase. So you're filling in what you feel would fit in perfectly when you read the sentence or based on this email, what will make more sense. So you are doing filling the gap here. Dear Michelle, I'm sorry to hear about your dash at the review branch. So let's see. Difficult experience, recent disagreement, minor inconvenience, stressful ordeal. I'm torn apart between A and D. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Okay, let me. Okay, I'm sorry to hear about your difficult experience. No, stressful ordeal. I'll go with stressful ordeal. Okay, who A? Two people A. One person D. I will state the reason why I picked D. But like, oh, this question was actually like a trap. You people are not telling us your option. Abi, is it me that I'm not seeing your comment? Okay, the reason I picked D, okay, we have two D. We have two D. D, please. Okay, we have D is winning. So the reason why I didn't, yeah, even though, yeah, like she said in the beginning of the email, is a frustrating situation. Like, I think, yeah. Normally, I wouldn't go back to look, but I just wanted to like explain something. I wouldn't go back to look when I'm filling out this part most times, but sometimes you may need to. Like, it's not, it's just a situation. Like, it's not a it's not like an experience. Like this thing, like it's just an ordeal, like an ordeal, like simplified ordeal audio and like a situation experience is like the whole experience, but this one like something that happened out of like a broad situation. I don't know if that makes sense, but for me I feel like experience is something that is kind of one off. I don't know if someone has a bigger experience why something that or this is something that stresses you out exactly. Difficult experience, it might not necessarily stress you. It might be like, oh, maybe to get to some, for instance, you are getting to somewhere. Oh, you find it difficult getting to that place. Yes, you might have difficulty getting to something or on something in achieving something, but it doesn't mean that it's going to stress you. It's not going to be frustrating. So that what I'm just saying, like this keyword, that's why I scrolled up to show you this keyword frustrating is more like what I feel like is more suited why I picked D, the answer, not the right answer. So I feel like frustrating because she feels the situation has stressed her out. So I wouldn't pick difficult experience. The experience might be difficult, but it might not like be stressful. I don't know if that means it might not be stressful. So let's continue. It does seem unfair that they are holding you responsible when Miss Thornton didn't even dash at the moment of return, didn't even check the book in, ask about the book, record didn't note any damage. This is what I will pick. This one is easier to pick at the time of return. Do you guys agree? Ah, okay. You two people said A. D of the people goes with D, and me too. I went to a D, but hopefully, if we fail it, I'll give it to the people that said A. So this one, I am going with notes. They did not note because they didn't even note any damage. It was stated somewhere in the question. So if you have read through the question, have answered the question, you should be able to pick the answer that fits in. But I can actually like also showed you where it was stated. But normally in exam, you don't have that kind of time. Okay, ahead. The librarian, Miss Tonto, checked them in without any comment. She didn't note any. If you say didn't check the book in, she actually checked them in, but it's just that she didn't leave make any comment or note anything that has. This one is not. They, they didn't mention like us about or record the return date. That one is not our concern. This is what majorly fits in. Daniel paragraph. Okay, yeah. So the next one. Abi, someone said Daniel paragraph. What is happening in Daniel paragraph? Can you like expatiate. Okay, nobody said anything on YouTube. So let's continue. Where did I even stop? Okay, I think writing a formal appeal to the main office is a smart move, especially since dash. Okay, this is where the sentence ends. Since no, since Mr. Daniel recommended it. No, Karen had. We didn't even read anywhere that Mr. Daniel recommended it. Karen had a success with similar appeal. This is actually stated in the email too. Library waives fees for first offense. It doesn't make sense. You have the evidence of the book's prior condition. She didn't have evidence, so because she didn't check it herself. So I'll pick B. So always like make sure you read through your options. Even you see how like I'll pick B, but I will still go through my options because solving these questions like practicing, I have there was a time like I will always like, oh, when I see my option, I'll quickly pick. And then I realized that, oh, there is actually like a more better option. I know somebody stated recently that in Canada, multiple like most of their exams sometimes it will be multiple choice, but that multiple choice they like laying trap for you. They will give you two options that seem like, but you have to pick like the best. So sometimes it's not about like maybe you won't even see it. You may see something, but when you now read this make sure you read all the options so that you make sure that you are picking the best that fits in. But in this situation, there is only one that actually worked. This Karen had a successful had success with similar ordeal. And then the fact that you kept it on your living room shelf away from any water shows how dash you are with borrowed item. Maybe careful. It actually came to my mind, but I didn't want to say it. How particular you are, indifferent, careful. Okay. Mm, I'll pick careful, but Cynthia, are you talking about this question? Is it cautious? I don't know. Like I'm also like in C or D. Oh. Me too. I'm saying C or D, but please careful. Cautious. Cautious is, oh, I'm being cautious, not to. Okay, pause. It's tricky. You two people talk now. We are not seeing any comment. I'm not seeing any comment from you guys. Everybody has migrated to TikTok. Anyways, so let's do majority of, because she already knows. It's tricky. Like, let's cautious of what you borrow because it's not yours. Does that make sense? Cautious. Okay, I'm going to me. I pick careful, and Abisola, Abisola shows careful on YouTube. Like vocabulary, that's the thing. Sometimes, one thing I noticed, like I always encourage people try and make time out to watch um Celpip official. Go to their YouTube page and watch their video. Even if you're watching my video, go to their page and watch their video because sometimes in fact there's a new video they did. Was it yesterday? I saw that video yesterday. I just listened to part of it, but I couldn't complete it because I was at work. And then they were talking about like vocabulary, and that is even in writing. Sorry that I'm digressing at this point, but it's all Celpip, so I'm going to talk about it. Sometimes the word they will say, big word, they're not even concerned about you using big word. It's more about you sounding natural. It's about you. If you Because sometimes when you're tempted to use big word, they actually said it in that way, and I've always said it like in my video. When you're tempted to use big word, you use it in a wrong scenario or in the wrong way. Two, okay, careful. One, two, me, three. Cautious. We have three. We have draw. Three people pick cautious on TikTok. Two people pick careful. Okay, let me remove myself so that let's go with what TikTok people say, cautious, but I still chose that cautious. I just feel like it's careful. Oh, okay, we have another person say careful. So YouTube. Stop scaring. Okay, we have another. Okay, no, we see two people careful, one person careful. I think careful is winning you people. Okay, 3-3 is draw. If we see three people draw, is careful. Uh, just check the difference. We are not checking in exam. You don't have to check the difference in exam. Like you don't have to. Me, I feel like careful shows how careful you are with borrowed item. Conscious, like I'm conscious about the situation. I will pick careful. Okay, I think careful is winning. Careful to ensure nothing spills on it. Exactly, like share your screen. Share your screen on it. Okay, let me move you to here so that you people will see. Oh, sorry, let me move. Do you mean share your screen on YouTube? Are you not seeing my screen on YouTube? Sorry, YouTube people, are you not seeing my screen? I th- Share your screen on it, or what do you mean? Like if you are careful, you are being careful, so nothing, no damage happens to something. I'm cautious because I'm being skeptical. When you are cautious, you are being skeptical. Exactly, that's the word. I tested you on TikTok. Hey, sorry. How are you doing? I'm fine. How was your exam? Sorry, I it was notifying me you tested me, but I couldn't even let me see. Oh, I'm just seeing the message. I just saw the notification, but like I've been super. This week was oh my god, my work was deadly, not deadly, but like was so stressful. And also, I woke up this morning trying to finish my stuff so before coming to this class. So I didn't. I'm sorry. I will talk to you like after the class. Abi, congratulations, anyways. But for for at least you like for PGWP you escape, but it could be better with for PR. So we're going to talk about that, anyways. So I'm also like happy for you and thank you for coming back to come and give us feedback. Yes, it's for PGWP, so you escape. I'm happy for you because a lot of people I know, some people are out of status because of Celpip. So I know how happy, like I'm happy for you. A lot of people are going out of status recently because of Celpip exam. Anyway, so I'm going to go with careful because one, because careful win, careful, and then like cautious is more like being skeptical, but careful is that you're being careful with something so that nothing will not happen to, as in something will happen to it. I mean, nothing will happen to it. Let's okay. Let's do the last one. I'm free this Saturday, so let's definitely grab coffee on Dash and talk this through on Park Avenue, no, on Metcalf Avenue, on on Davis Street, no, on against. I'll go with this at on Metcalf Avenue. On you guys help me out here. I'm going. Okay, share my screen. Which screen am I sharing now? Let me share again. Oh, sorry. Is it back on Metcalf? Okay, on Eggen Street. Okay, it's actually correct what I picked. But why I picked it is my knowledge of my residual knowledge of English. That oh no, like what they used to call this thing always follows like a verb. That was the explanation I gave myself in my head. But I didn't even see like any place on Eggen Street. Okay, it's here. But like I picked this because of my knowledge of English. Yeah, you see why it's good to like okay. on Egin Street. Okay, yeah. So let's see our answers, right? Moment of truth. If we fail this one, you guys should not be angry. Who that pick courteous? You see, we had 11-11. Yeah. So like, let's go back to that word cautious. Cautious is when you are being cautious. Yes, you are being careful, but that's because you are being skeptical. But careful is like you are being careful so that no damage or nothing goes wrong. That's what careful mean, and that's why like I was convinced immediately that word skeptical came to my mind. Like I was not convinced. Like, oh, I was looking for that word, the right word to explain what cautious was. So we won. So let's go to part two. Let's go and do a practice in part two. Mm. Careful group, congratulations to us. So yes, so I don't think the book will be on the table. I don't think the book will be on the table. Cautious. No, she said she kept it on the bookshelf, not on the table. Do part two again. Yes, I'm doing part two. No, we finished part one. It's part one we just did. You want me to do part one again? Someone said, YouTube students versus TikTok students. This is so funny. Uh, okay, you guys want us to. Should I go to part four? I wanted to take it. Sorry, part four. News part. Okay, let's go to part four. For you, you scored 9/10. Well, if you just score one, and if you just fail one in everything, you are still in the right track. That's how I see it. But the moment but you know that I always encourage people like do your best to score everything in this part. But if you have to fail, just fail one. Anything beyond one in this part one that is easy like this is not good. So during your how much is the website? Is the monthly one I think is $20. That's 19.99. But if you need the discount code, you can DM me. I will respond to you after the this TikTok live or live class and tell you my what's it called and share you my discount code. The monthly one is $50, 49.99. So you apply the discount code 15%. So if you need the discount code, you can let me know. And one thing I always encourage people, if you are doing sorry, sorry, ma, if you are doing weekly is $20. So if you are doing the subscription, make sure you are doing it close to your exam. I encourage people like your subscription for practice, no matter which website you're using. This is the one I've used. This is the one I recommend to people. My friends have used it as well. So anyways, so if you do it, make sure that it's valid till your exam day. Don't say maybe your exam is next week and you do subscription that ends this week. Or me, the way I read, I will even read till the morning of my exam. My head must be on fire and as I'm going to the exam. If you did not say, okay, go into the hall, I'm not stopping. I will still be looking at something if I have to. So I'll still be looking at whatever I'm reading. So, but you don't need to do it till you get to your exam. You might okay. There's actually somebody that shared her review for me this afternoon. I just posted it before I came on live. She had 11 in reading, 12 in listening. I think she had two 12 and two 11s. And she said she was watching my videos until she get to the exam, until she get on her way to the exam. Like she was still like reading and reading and reading. And this person subscribed on May 12th. That was when she DM me, subscribed, and she was practicing and like she really practiced because she was like her head was on fire. She was telling me on in my DM. So practice rigorously. Make sure your subscription is valid till exam day. So let's do part four. Oh, part two. Part three. So many people. Okay, let's take it accordingly. I don't want. Before I said I was going to just stay 1 hour. Maybe I won't waste much time. Well, I wouldn't waste much time as we did in that part one, but let's just do. I will make sure I touch every part. So I'll just do one. Why is it not loading? I'm clicking, it's not loading. Is our internet work? Okay. Uh, Do you guys have? I'm looking so that I will see maybe anyone that looks kind of complicated. I'll click on it. If you have any suggestion on the one to click, will I just pick anyone accordingly, please? Okay. All right. Man, like you have to like we want to do it accordingly. Sorry. Just bear with us. Let's do it accordingly. Ah, what did you say, isn't it? I couldn't use the discount code for weekly. Why? Have you used it before? I said if uh, um can we chat after this? I will try it and see if it works, if it's from your end or if they have taken it out. But I know when my friend did, and she did her exam in April 29th. So as at that time she did weekly the weekly so and that was what she used. So this thing is similar to the one we did last week, but it's not the same. We can should we do it or I should go to another one? Maybe we can just do it. I don't like this particular screen. It's too small for me to look. But I think it's better. It's better than last week. That's why I'm using. I'm sharing it. Anyways, let's start. Um, so for this one, the standard way I do this, like I told you, my approach to all the modules are different. So for this particular one, I have to go through my diagram or my image to know what it's all about. But I do not like this is 8 minutes, I think, and I do not have time to go through all this write up. You can't go through it. You don't have the time. So what I do is to go through my headings. This gives me an understanding of what this is all about. So I go through my headings. Mm, Green Green Valley Community Recycling Center, drop-off zone and accepted material guide. So this gives me an idea of what this thing is all about. So I would quickly scan. Okay, I know this is address, open to all residents with valid municipal ID website. I'm not reading www dot no. When I see website, nobody's going to be asking you anything about this website. I just know a website address. I see when they write address, you don't have to be reading out address. You know that this is address, this is I read this important thing because they may ask you something about it. They said open to all residents with valid municipal ID. That's why I had to read this about. But this one website, I know it's website. I don't care what exactly that website is, but I know it's a website. So then the next thing I do, hours of operation. I don't go through it yet. I just read. I know that if they ask me question on hours of operation, I know where to do it. The only places I read like thoroughly is like the heading, and then all the sub parts. I just read their headings, just in case of when they ask me question pertaining to certain thing. So this is hours of operation. This plot now, I know it's talking about different zone because when you read your heading, you say drop off zone. I know different zone have like, I'm not going to be reading because I may not necessarily put, if you want to say, okay, say you are the one studying it and you now start doing zone A, paper cardboard, zone B, you are reading it one after the other. Tell me like, do you think you can put all of this zone on your head before answering the question? No. So what's the point of going through it? I just look, I know that, all these places are talking about zone. I don't care which zone it is at this moment because it's not even all of them they are going to ask you question on. So I know, zone. So you are studying the reason we are doing what you are doing now is to study where things are located in your diagram. So you do it in 1 minute. Forget that this explanation is taking longer, but normally I do this in 1 minute. So I just know where what is located. So in case I see a question, Brian, thank you so much. Okay, so Mrs. Okay. So I just go straight to what's it called? I just go straight to to that particular location where this thing is. I don't actually what's it called? I don't actually waste time reading anything in it because I can't even remember it anyway. So here, free compost. Okay. So if they ask question on free compost, I know special collection event. Mm, I know that okay, special collection event. I know where to sign. This is important reminder. So one thing I always read apart from the headings. Speaking and writing is my problem. Miss Perry, have you like watched my videos first? Like all the videos I have on speaking and writing, because I feel like my videos are explanatory enough. But then if you if you watch the videos, but be sure that you have watched the videos, because if you don't watch it, then I will actually ask you to send me a sample of your writing for the one, if it's the part one or part two, the one that you feel like you're, or if it's both, just send me the sample. I may not respond because I have lots of DM, but please, if I don't respond to you, maybe after like a few hours or one day and I still didn't respond to you, just know that I probably have not seen the DM. Or maybe I see it and I thought I responded and then I ended up not responding. Please, like, follow up with a message. Sorry, man. This is sorry. So drop me a sample of your writing transcript or your speaking transcript. I will look at it. That's if you have watched my video and you are following like what I said in the video and you're still like having low score in your practice. Drop me a sample of the writing and the listening. I will look through it, and if I have any advice, I would give to you based on what you wrote or what you or your speaking transcript. Okay, so here the next part I always like to read through is if there is additional information, important reminder. I always like add on. Sometimes you see add on. I try to go through it. Then footnote too, I would quickly like skim through it. So for this important reminder, I would go through it. You see, all this other part, I didn't go through, I didn't start reading them one after the other. I just like, identify what is in each part. And then here, I'll go through it. All materials will be sorted before arrival. Sorted will be returned away. Children under 12 years must remain in the vehicle at all times. Commercial and industrial waste is not accepted, and illegal dumping outside of operational hours will result in 500 fine. This because I don't know, my instinct, like there's always question here. I try to quickly read it because sometimes it's a question that comes up and then we are carried away. You don't know exactly where to locate it. So I try to read the additional information again or important reminder. But please be a fast reader. Practice fast reading. Need helps. Okay. So for the footnote, I will skim through it. Okay. Download free sorting app or visit the website contacts. Okay, this place is talking about contact. I don't need to like read it one after the other, and then I go to my question. So that is how I study my any diagram they gave me. Read the headings, then skim through, check the sub what is located in the subheadings, and then read the additional information and also skim through the footnotes, and I go to the question. So for the next one, hey Priya, great seeing you at the block party on Friday. You mentioned you are drowning in stuff from the renovation and need to clear it all out. I just went to I just went to the recycling center on Greenfield Road last Saturday. So let me save you some headache. Okay. She went there, so she wants to explain. Those leftover those leftover paint can and solvent, they do take those, but dash. So let's see. So, okay, but dash. So now that you see this question, those leftover paint cans and solvent, they do take those. So my keyword, the next thing I'll do is to identify my keyword. Oh, your skin is not full. Sorry, let me. Oh, what do I do? Oh, let me see what I can do. Sorry, YouTube people, TikTok people say my screen is not full, and I can see that it's not full. Here's my TikTok again. Ah, why is it not allowing me move this thing? Slant it. It's the thing is not even letting me move there. Okay. It's not letting me okay. Is it much better now? Is it better? Oh, sorry. The question is the problem. I'm actually trying to before. Okay, yeah, that's that line. Zoom in, center, fit to screen, mm, crop, rotate, view screen. Sorry, bring forward. Is it better now? Sorry, YouTube people, we are coming. TikTok people have it didn't work. I don't know what else to do. Okay. Is it okay? But then it cut out part of the this thing in case we want to go about the this thing. Is it okay now? I think it should be better now. Okay. So sorry about the break in transmission. Yeah. Mm. So keyword is paint can and solve it. That's my keyword, and that's what I'm going to be searching. So zone A, it says plastic and paper this thing. No, I'm looking for paint cans and solvent. So always know the right keyword you're going to be using to do your um, to search. So plastic can and containers, green. Why do we have to pick another one, Miss Perry? We have started this. It's going to be wasting time. We need to. If you want us to solve another one, probably tomorrow, but not. We have started this one, so we need to get it done. So glass and metals. Um, what am I even looking for? I don't know. So electric. What's it called? Hazardous waste and this thing. Electric and this thing. No, hazardous waste and supervised and this thing. So why I was looking, anyways, I saw paint, but and okay, solvent even follows it. So hazardous waste. This is where it is. So I'm just kind of like scanning, but my eyes was also like checking for keywords. You see, like you use your the first thing is for you to identify that keyword that you are using to scan. So normally you can use it and be scanning in between. But I was scanning through headings, but my eyes was also like looking at the so this thing. My problem is time. Celpip did me dirty with timing. Hey, sorry, Becker. Like I don't know. Like which part was it? Or the part that did you bad with timing? Like you should, like I always tell people, if you master your strategy, then the next thing you should master is timing. When I solve a new question on self, if I'm not doing this live class, I'm doing the explanation. I finish my questions and I still have time left. It's not like maybe because it was over so many practice that I got to that point when I am able to like finish solving my questions and I still have time remaining. Oh, oh, for writing. Sorry. Writing. Yeah, even write. Sorry. I was let me not be distracted. I'm so sorry about it. We are doing it accordingly. We'll get there. Anyway, so painting, I saw when I was reading, like my eyes was also like going through like the things on that to see, oh, what is there. So I saw paint and solve it, and it says, what did it say? They do take those, but there's like this thing. Items must be okay. Let me go through it. Like I was scanning through it. When I see but you see, like there's something they used to call this thing in Celpip negative. I think negative word now. When you see but, like you should know that it's like a constraint. So what made me even like go my eyes to go through this is that must be. So this kind of like a constraint when I was looking. And like I said, your eyes should like be doing the work when you are like be multitasking as you like as you are scanning. So when I was reading this, I said item, I already saw item must be original. So I know that whatever that they do take those, but and sealed container. So I know like whatever options I'm going to see is, so when you see your thing, you can quickly check through. Okay, and also like available on Saturdays only too. Like you check around to see all the things that can serve like as a limitation, because you have seen both. So you know like anything they're asking you is something that is a limitation to this particular you can see that part of passage. Oh, from my screen. This TikTok is always problem like this. What do I do? Okay, let me move it again. Can you see it? I think it's better. YouTube people, you people don't have problem. You can see very well. YouTube people don't have problem. You people should go to YouTube. Click on my link and go to my YouTube. You can subscribe and then comment. And so that if you want to comment, you need to subscribe before you be able to comment. But you can always it's steadily is blur. Go to YouTube. Seriously, is it blur? They say they can see very well. Like I don't know. This one is TikTok. This and I tried to check the change the what's it called, the settings, but it still didn't work because I was testing it out before the this thing. That was how I figured that I said it in my post that YouTube was much clearer. So I don't know what else to do with TikTok to make it clear. So you can okay the link okay link to the YouTube. Sorry, let me you guys share copy link. Let me paste that again on TikTok. So this is the link to oh, sorry, let me pin this. And then if you click on my bio, it will take you to directly to my YouTube page, and then you click on my profile picture there, you will see that the life is on there. So it's very clear on YouTube. They can see very well. I don't move I don't move to YouTube. I mean, okay. Yeah, thank you. Like it's much clearer on YouTube. So you don't need to stress. I'm not even moving the screen up and down like I'm doing for TikTok people. So let's read the option. So now you have understand identify your keyword, and when you see bots, this is something that is always like setting a trap in even in listening. When you are doing Celpip listening, always listen to words like oh, but however, like it's going to tell you like something, a kind of constraint or negative word. So you have to like be extra careful when you are picking your option, but only during 4 hours weekend window. Okay, okay, this might work, but I don't know. Weekend window, they only said a Saturday only. So I don't know, it's Sunday and Saturday, the window that is weekend, but this is Saturday only. So if it's based on the time, 10 to 4 is 4 hours. I may pick this, but I'm going to read more to see that, oh, there are no better options. You see, only Saturday, this is like a constraint, but Saturday, the Saturday alone count as weekend. Let's see. You need to register at the store at the front desk first. Each item has to weigh under 2 kilograms. They won't accept anything between June and September. Okay, they didn't say anything about this. When you see kilogram now, my eye quickly went to kilogram when I read that option. I see that maximum of 20 kilograms. So they didn't even say each item, anything about each item. They just said the maximum of this. You need to register at front desk first. They didn't say anything about it. So I would pick this because even though they say Saturdays only, but they say on weekend window. I don't know if it's only Saturday that counts as weekend, but so because it suits 4 hours. I don't know if anybody agree with me. Do you guys agree with me? Conjunction, yeah. Do you guys agree with my option? The YouTube thrive with NG. Oh, thrive with NG. And or you can search that on YouTube, or you just click the link on my bio and it will take you to my YouTube, and then you click on my profile, only to find out, okay, sorry, and then I only made mistake of going at 3 in the afternoon, only to find out dash. So now my keyword is at 3 in the afternoon, only to find out. So whatever is happening, that the center is already closed. Okay, I'll have to go back earlier next week. So whatever is happening, the center has already closed, used to stop for the weekend. Of course, like if she's going for this, the collection for those material had ended for the day. Mhm. The center had already, no, the center might still be open, but for this particular area, I don't know. I may have to choose this, but I may have to choose this. They have exceeded the daily household weight allowance. They had left, the staff had left there, and there was nobody to on your behalf. Okay, trained staff will handle the material on your behalf. So I just went there, recycling center. You know why I quickly went back to read something here? Because I wanted to make on Saturday, last Saturday. So let me save you some headache. Okay, innovation needs to clear. Okay, she didn't state the reason why I made mistake of going in. So yeah, I was trying to confirm the reason why I picked this answer. That is why I actually went up to quickly read. I just went to the recycling center on Greenfield on Saturday. So let me save you some headache. So she probably, I thought maybe she went for something specific. So she didn't even state that she went for anything, any other thing. So I assume she's still talking about this paint solvent, which is why the collection for those material had ended for the day. The center had already closed by, okay, let's check the timing too. For weekend, oh, they are closed on Sunday. But Saturday, they are open till 4. So this is not the option. So you see, I pick my time. That's my keyword. What I did was to go to where I know that okay, there is time. So I asked myself, like that's why you are reading for meaning. I asked myself, oh, the center had already closed for the weekend. I wanted to know their hours of operation. Remember that when I was studying, I said, okay, if they ask me question about hours or something, I go here. So I quickly go there to check, okay, apart from this particular one being 10 to 2, this particular one being 10 to 2, when do they actually open for the whole day? And that is what told me that, oh, they are open till 4. So she went there by 3. They are still in operation, but this particular collection has closed for the day. So I think for those has ended. Collection for those material has ended for the day. So this is how I confirm my answer. Yes, I agree. A is correct. No, A is not correct, Ellen. Like you see, they have confirmed why the A is not correct. They are still open till 4. So the next one. So your keyword here was 3 in the afternoon. So okay, let's go to the next one. I did manage to drop off my old monitor, a broken toaster, and some dead battery. That's my keyword. Even though you can't just walk in and toast them, dash. So I take old monitor, broken toaster, that's electronics and dead battery or something. And that is what I'm using to like scan. I'm scanning. Immediately I go here, I saw that here is talking about paper. So I don't bother read anything around it. So I'm scanning for um, broken monitors. Okay, here immediately. Electronics and batteries. Okay. Yeah. I even said it when I read the question that because of computer. So you see computers and batteries. So here they said you can't just walk in and toast them. You have to. Okay, so when you find your keyword, next thing is I quickly. That's I told you this ones I was scanning and looking for the keyword. I'm not reading anything. So when I saw it, I'll quickly go through no large appliance, household batteries, small appliance toaster, staff assistance required. So check in at the front desk. I'm assuming this is what we are going to read in the response. That's my assumption. So sometimes you need to predict what your answers are going to be. So let's see. Items need to be in the original sea container. No, this was about hazardous waste. You need to speak to someone at the reception area. Okay, this is what I'm going to go with. But let's read the other options. Sorry. All materials must be rinsed and emptied first. No, everything has to be bundled together with string. They didn't say anything about it. They said staff assistance required. Please check in the front desk. Front desk means reception area. So that's how you pick your this answer. So, and we continue to read. Now, I know you want to get rid of the cracked bathroom mirror. So, glasses, mirror. Keyword that came to my mind is glasses. So, when you are reading, just be reading for meaning and be paying attention, like immediate, like be explaining, like be talk to yourself and make sure that you're understanding what you're reading. So immediately I did cracked this thing. The next synonym that came to my mind is glasses. So if I'm going to be searching, I'm going to be looking for glasses, mirrors, just in case I didn't see cracked bathroom mirrors. Unfortunately, dash. So let's go to where let's search with um mirrors or bottles or this thing here. Oh, here I see glasses immediately. Does this section? No, there's no sequence for this one actually. You can see that we answered hazardous first. We answered this thing second. Now it's zone C. Zone C is meant that there is no sequence. So glasses and jar. So mirrors are glasses. So here. Oh, okay. You see, immediately I see this no mirrors. But then I remember that when I read unfortunately. So I know that okay, unfortunately, dash might be this thing. So most time when you're going, you can be predicting your answers. Prediction helps you in form of like when you are going to be eliminating, just in case there's something confusing. So now let's read the options. Sorry. Oh no, okay, let me read what is here and see. Aluminum cans, okay. Lid and cast may be left on. No mirrors, windows. Okay. Okay. This unfortunately, I'm just guessing this is like where they are going to state. Sorry, I'm not seeing on my option. They only collect glass item on specific dates. They didn't say anything about dates, so it will need to be dropped off at supervised area. They didn't really say that. The sort item, that sort of item isn't included in any of the drop-off category. Okay, you need train staff to handle it. Uh, I would pick this because I use elimination now. Even items must be in their no, sorry, that's not the option. I'm trying to bring down this. Okay, yeah. So they said they only collect glass item on specific events. They don't. Okay, now I'm not going to be, when I read this thing now, another thing that came to my mind is to quickly check additional information if there's anything relating to glass. But I just quickly scan, I don't see glass, I don't even read it well. So that's why I said you need to learn how to like walk fast. I just scanned. You see, like I didn't see me reading or trying to even maybe I look, I didn't see glass because that's a small area to just look and see if you can see glass. So I know like whatever is here is here. So they don't collect glass on specific event days. So because this kind of information is something, why I went there was that this kind of information is something that can be in additional information or important reminder. So, but they didn't state anything about the days of collection or sorry, sorry. Immediately I said special collection. I now remember that there's also like a special collection. So I went there and I see confidential. There is nothing also on glass. So when you read certain question, you can predict, oh, because that's why you study your diagram. You predict, oh, where can I see? In case I'm having difficulty locating my answer. Oh, what are you saying? See, okay, sorry. Anyways, I was reading comment on sorry, YouTube people. I was reading comment on TikTok. The Okay, so then it would need to be dropped off as supervised area. They didn't also say anything about that. It was said in other area, like I think or something, but they didn't say it, and that sort of item isn't included in any of the drop off category. They said no mirror, so that's what I pick. I don't know if you guys agree. Somebody's saying red beans, blue beans. Exactly. No mirror means not included. No mirror. Yeah. I picked C too. I don't understand, Ma. Like, can you differentiate why you're picking your red beans? Or are you saying that's the answer? I don't know. So let's move to the next one so we don't waste time. Okay, you need to find another way to dispose it. Of course, it's not. And so they said you will need to find it actually confirmed it's not included in the drop off category. So you see, this next one is confirming it. You will need to find another way to dispose it. And one last thing, I wanted to check whether there will be enough room for you to for your minivan in advance. Oh, there will be enough room for your minivan in advance, but dash minivan. So I will just check maybe van and minivan is actually a keyword that I understand now before you load up. So I think maybe she wanted to like ask about minivan if vehicle is allowed. I'll go to maybe important information. This is like or something about additional information. All material was sorted before arrival. Unloaded material or sorted material will return away. Okay, sorry. I'm looking for minivan. I'm not supposed to be reading. So, okay. So this minivan now is actually like giving me headache because that's like one I wanted to. So this part, let me read the option because that's what I will do. The center does not allow personal vehicle inside the gate. The guide does not provide any details. Exactly, I don't see anything about minivan. You see how I checked and I didn't see anything. I quickly went to my option to see to pick something. What I wanted to do was to pick something and move on. So the this thing did not provide anything about it. So I quickly check where I can likely see minivan information because there's no other keyword I can actually use to search for my options. So the best keyword here is minivan because they were not talking about anything else. She just wanted to check about that minivan, and I know it's not anything here. So I check important information. I like where I was like there's important thing that I just have to go to the option to pick one, and then it's obvious that the guy didn't even say anything that something that said where they said something about vehicle is that children must remain in the vehicle at all times. So that means it's not that vehicle is not allowed. The vehicle is allowed. Vehicle is allowed, but because if not, they will not say children should remain in the vehicle at all times. But then the guy does not say anything about minivan. So she said by what calling them before you load up. So yeah, you can only find that information through their sorting app. They didn't, that's if you need help with sorting. That's when they said if you're the outdoor section. So yeah, this is my answer here. Yeah, exactly. Anastasia. So that's how like you pick. When you quickly glance through and you can't see, go to your option and just like take a guess and move on. But then in the process of trying to take a guess, I already know that I have gone to the you see how I didn't waste time going to start all over, reading up and down, looking for what is not lost because I know it's not likely to be there. I already have an idea of where those things can be located. And when I didn't see it in those likely places using my keyword, I just wanted to read the option and make my guess and move on. But then this is just the best. So this one now, let's look for the best, choose the best option to fit in. Where did Marcus and Priya most likely meet? At the party. There is a party. They said it in the first paragraph. So let's read the option to see. Sorry, there is a at a neighbor social gathering through an online community forum. I know they said it in the beginning of the passage, just saying you at the block party on Friday. So I will guess the neighborhood social gathering because block party is like the block, what's it called? Line of block, like when the neighborhood they are doing party, that's another thing they call block party. So social gathering. What is the main purpose of Marcus' message? To persuade Priya to start recycling more often, to share practical lesson from his own. This is to complain about the center to eventually go to the center together with you. This is what I pick. Did everybody agree? Like with these two ones I picked, I didn't even ask. Did you guys agree with these two options that I picked already? So the next one.
Based on the email and the guide, what would Priya need to bring to the center? Based on the email and the guide, need to bring to the center. Her own bags for compost home. This one is going to be tough to pick. Prove that she lives in the okay, yeah, ID. I think when I saw the second one, they said open to all residents with valid municipal ID. So prove that she lives in the municipality. A complete registration form of the no. Open to all residents. They didn't say anything about completing a form or something. I don't know if I saw it, but this is what I'll pick anyways. And then let's read the last one. Cash to cover the standard drop-off fee. They didn't say anything about the standard drop-off fee. So this is what I will actually pick. Do you guys agree? So let's submit so that we can move on and yeah, I'll spend more time than I anticipated. You guys, I'm tired. This is almost getting to 2 hours. I didn't even know that it's going to take this much time, but like I like taking time to explain so that when you're studying and then I don't even want the videos to be extremely long. Like we need to maybe tomorrow I'll come in earlier. I was scared, but yeah. So yes, I don't even have water here. I'm thirsty. I need to. It's almost 2 hours since I started here doing this. We need to go to the next one. Do are you guys still open to doing the next one? What time? We are working. Oh, you're working tomorrow. We started. I was hoping we start 12, but since tomorrow is Sunday, I don't know how my Sunday will go. I start work tomorrow evening. We can start earlier, maybe an hour early. Do one now, please. Oh my god. Okay, you guys will give me um I need to quickly go and drink water. My what's it called? My mouth is so dry right now. Give us time after church. When is after church? Anastasia, where's your location? Canada, I'm assuming because with your response. Who is tomorrow? Let's agree on time tomorrow. Me, I was what time is your church? Because Nigerian people because of church tomorrow. Please do one more. Okay, let's do we'll do part three. But I need to drink water. My throat is so dry. And sorry, you guys, I need to check something. I need to check on something. Oh. Do you want us to do 3 or 4? I just 2 p.m. in Waterloo. That would be my 12 p.m. Ah, okay. And I don't want to wake up in the morning and start doing TikTok. I have to go to church too. 3, 4 now. 3. We agreed to do it accordingly. Okay, if I go drink water, I'm going to maybe try and do 3 and 4 and then call it a day. But then we are going to be, I don't know if we can do it fast because those are the difficult parts. But I need to drink water. Are you in Canada? Yes, I'm in Canada. I'm in Edmonton. I'm in Edmonton. Ontario is 2 hours ahead, so it will be your two. So your time will not even work with Nigeria because you start church, you come back by Nigerian people would have gone to bed. Um, okay, let's do part 3. I'll try and see if I can do part 4, but I will need to go get some water. I forgot to bring it before starting this class. Oh, which class is which? I don't know which question is this. So. I'm looking at the questions. I'm looking for like maybe difficult question. But let me just pick anyone. I don't want to do the ones I have done before. I was thinking of this bread making. Should we do it? You know why I wanted to do it? Because I got something similar to wheat, using wheat to make bread, a Celpip exam. So please, I did not take French for PRO. Abi, what are you saying? Abi, what? My exam is tomorrow. Oh, who is okay? Because of a job, but you can't even. I don't know if you can learn new strategy today, but anyways, it may help. So let's do this one. I don't know. I just picked bread making because that's something similar to. Although my own is was they were talking about wheat, durum wheat making production. So no question. Okay, question 96. Let's see. 96. Somebody said 96 is hard. So let's see. Let's try and see. Out of Nordic boat making. Why I don't need all the kind of question. I for me, I feel like some people is more like I don't know, maybe because of the kind of exam I got and maybe from other people's experience too. Nordic boat making building. I feel like it's more of everyday this thing, but we can do this, yeah. Okay, 96. Okay. Can I go get water? Do you guys mind? Before we start. Let me see TikTok. I'm not even seeing you people again. I admit in your dream province, you are welcome. When you finally land, remember to bring Nigeria to me when you are coming. Ah, all the best, Mara. Everybody that is writing their exam, all the best. Ah, you push come back with good things. So yeah. And please don't panic. When you see something that will remember that I tell you that I always say it, don't panic. You tell yourself, calm down, calm down, calm down. Don't let anything, even if it's hard, move on. Don't dwell on it. You can start dwelling on it after exam. But for me personally, if something is hard, I just tell myself, there's nothing I can do. So when I pray you don't find it hard, but then if you find it hard, make sure you're not dwelling on anything you find hard. Move on to the next one. So you guys, let me quickly go and rush and get water. I want to stop sharing this. Okay, I can continue and split it later. I wanted to break the video so if I want to upload it on YouTube, it will not be very long because this is almost 2 hours. And if somebody see a video that is up to 4 hours, would you watch it? If you see a video that is up to 4 hours, let me quickly get water. Okay. So normally for part three, if you know me, like or if you have watched my video, I don't know if I'm not talking about if you know me, if you have watched my video, what I do is to skim through my passage, get an idea, and then I use oh TikTok people, you're not seeing me, but I think YouTube people are seeing me. I use book when I'm writing, just like because I hear because you have to like identify what is in the passage. Sometimes you may not really remember what you have read. So I kind of identify my keywords that in case I'm going through it here, it will point me back to, oh, this is likely where it goes. So I will show you how like I jot down things during my Celpip reading. So, so Nordic boat building is an ancient craft that date back to the Vikings age, representing one of the most sophisticated shipbuilding tradition in maritime history. Okay, I will just say history. History is the keyword I identified there, and then I'll go with the basic principle. I go to the last one. This is me practicing skimming. So the basic principle of this construction method have remained largely unchanged and continue to influence modern wood modern wooden boat building. So principle and modern. So I just like pick a keyword and then I write paragraph A. That's what like would remind me of what this paragraph talked about, because I think this is, I forgot how many minutes. Is it 9 minutes or 11 minutes? So normally in this question, so I normally do not have time to go through the inner every sentences in the passage. So I just skim. Skimming is just to get an idea of what is talked about in each paragraph. And the second one, now I go to paragraph B. The traditional Nordic boat building process begin with the careful selection of material. So for B, process is what they talked about in the first word. Then this careful material selection process was crucial for ensuring that vessel longevity and ensuring vessels longevity and structural integrity. So material, I shortened that. Longevity, I shortened that, and structure. So like, if I don't know if you can see what I'm writing, you just need to know how to abbreviate. For structure, I just abbreviated it. So find a way you abbreviate or something you can write. It's not necessary you write a lot of things, but I just wanted to like, oh, the question can come in different forms. Something that can, when I see the question, I will be able to pick my answers straight. Like this gives me an idea of what is talked about here. So here, the construction of Nordic boat has always been highly skilled craft passed down through generation. Okay, craft and generation. C. And then I go generation of builders. Okay. Then the meticulous attention to details ensure that each vessel is not only seaworthy but also aesthetically pleasing. Okay, now that we have this meticulous, in case in exam you don't know what meticulous is, leave it. Don't start thinking, what is meticulous? Just abandon it. Attention to detail, you know what it is. So that's what I said. If you see big word, don't know it, don't panic, don't let it stress you. 1 minute. Attention to details. This attention to details ensures that vehicle is not only seaworthy, but also aesthetically, you can still leave that one, but also pleasing with smooth line and balanced proportion. You see that when you left this meticulous and aesthetically, you are still able to make sense of what is said in the paragraph using the context of this sentence. This attention to detail ensure that each vehicle is not only seaworthy but also pleasing, but smooth line and balanced proportion. So what I'll say is skill. I would like, I may not necessarily put what is there, but like skill and attention. Sure, I'll just put attention and I will put outcome. Like the outcome of the whole thing is what I understand, that because most times why I do this, sometimes I pick what is in the passage when I'm jotting things down, but sometimes I look at the whole passage, the whole not passage, the whole sentence, and I tell myself what can I like say they are talking about here. Sometimes it might be like, oh, the whole thing they're talking about describing that particular topic or something, the thing they are talking about, because most of the question comes in another way. They paraphrase the question. So they may not necessarily give you the exact word in this, especially in this part 3 and part 4. So I just try to put it in my own way. This is me now trying to also paraphrase, like, what do I think like makes sense? What do I make sense of this thing? How the skills like come, and the outcome, the smooth line and balanced proportion. Like that's why I wrote outcome or result, whatever you can write. That's me. But you can, if you can't do that, please stick to identifying the keyword or something you want to identify in the passage and just abbreviate them and move on. So I write that as C, and then I read my paragraph D. Today, while modern materials and tools have been incorporated into craft, many traditional Nordic boat builders still maintain historical technique and design principle. So D talks about uh, maintaining historical design. That's what I will just abbreviate and write. So this, and then I move on. That's what's like what they're talking, maintaining. They maintain. I just know if they ask me question like everything, I will just, you can choose something else to write. I'll still say it. Then the next one, these traditional vehicles are now sought after, not only for practical use, also as work of art that that represent a living connection to the maritime heritage. So I write maritime heritage. Oh, I don't really write it in full. So, and then I just sought after some. So, and that is it. So for your E, so now I know what certain, like, I have an idea of what was talked about in different in the different paragraphs. For E, let me state it again. I stated it in my video before, and I don't know, I said it in the last class. I'll still say it again for people that just joined today. There are two situations when you use your E. Your E is sometimes is not in the passage at all. That's your number one. That one is easier to for you to pick E. It's easy for you to pick E. But sometimes you will see the keyword, but the way it is used, so for instance, now they may be talking about benefits, and then in the passage, for instance, the question will be talking about benefits, and the passage itself, where they use that particular keyword that they ask you in the question, is talking about process. You still have to use E. So that's what it's like. You still have to use E. So that's the two situations where you use E. When it's not given at all, you can't find it anywhere in the passage. And two is when, oh, the action word, like what is happening in the question, that what is happening with that keyword is different from what is happening with it in the passage. That's just how I will put it in a simple way. So now, after I have what I have like jotted down, like because I run through my paragraph, and I just quickly go through the questions, answer the ones I can answer with what I have first. Then the ones I can't answer, I would actually still take a guess, and then I'll quickly run through the ones I can answer, and then go back and start checking those ones I can answer, and quickly use a keyword and find them in the and look for the exact place where they are located. So Nordic boats were primarily built for fishing purpose. I didn't see anything about like fishing purpose, so I would pick E. But it might be in the question. I'm not saying it's not in the question. Like you can see fishing, but when the for the questions where I read, I didn't really read anything about fishing. So I will pick E, but I would go back. So normally in exam, I'll just pick E because I didn't see E. I didn't really pick anything in this question that would make me like want to go back, like want me to take a guess. So I just pick E and I continue. The overlapping plank design was key to the boat performance. So I would likely go to, with my option, I would see. That's what I would pick because it's talking about like the outcome. I wrote outcome, although I didn't pick option. I will pick C. And then I just want to show you people how I pick my own option. And then I would actually like go back and confirm, because me, this is me answering based on what I already know, answering all the ones I know. So like what for the wood for the boat building was harvested at specific time. So process, I will pick B because this is like process. If you read it, wood for the process, but I would still confirm. Like it's, I will pick B. I will just modern build. I will pick B and I will move on. Modern boat builders exclusively use traditional Nordic method. I stated it in the is in D. I think it was in D. They set it in the D. Iron rivets, because what I wrote here was historical design. Like they use historical design, modern and historical like design. And I also wrote sought after sha. So here, iron rivets are essential in making boats watertight. I pick E because, or like where they have material, I may pick B actually. And then I run through my all my questions. Let me just run through my questions so that I will not show you people how I confirm, because I do this fast after I do. So when I run through my question, I also don't waste time running through my question. I just read them and I pick what I feel like. And then those ones I'm not so sure of, I go confirm my answers. Then UNESCO has recognized Nordic boat builder as culturally significant. UNESCO is a keyword that we use to search, but I don't know. At this particular question, I may quickly use UNESCO and find, because that's a very broad keyword which I didn't read. So I will quickly use it. I know I saw UNESCO. Like you see, immediately I scan, because I don't know. Like I don't know if it happens to anybody, but when I'm reading, like my eyes goes wide. I know, like I saw UNESCO somewhere. I go to where I see UNESCO and use that keyword because has recognized, and I search and I read. The craft has been recognized by UNESCO as an important piece of intangible cultural heritage. So yes, I will pick D. And then the basic design of um, Nordic has remained consistent over time. I will still D too, because they said maintain historical design. That's what I wrote in my this. I'll still pick D. So I will read. The traditional building technique was still were typically kept within families. I will check within families. And sometimes, like I said, each when you are working, when you're doing your reading, you can predict where you can see this. If I want to start searching for this question now, which I would actually pick D, is I I will predict searching starting with like D, or sometimes I quickly run through it if I have, because if I start searching, I would start searching from the beginning. But this is a keyword. I'm identifying the keyword like families. I didn't read anything about family when I was reading, so I leave it. But if I want to take a guess, I may take a guess A or D. That's where I'm leaning, or E, or it might not even be in the passage. It's kept within family. So I can take my, like those ones that I know, like, oh, this is a very big keyword. I just search for families. I'm looking for family. Sorry, I was looking at TikTok. I'm looking for family. I don't see anything about family anyways. So I'll just pick E. Nordic boats required regular maintenance to prevent water. Um, required regular maintenance to prevent water. So I will check the outcome where I have outcome. I That's where I would check, but I doubt if it's in the passage. So I would, okay. And now sometimes when you're using your keyword to search, there is there's something you would see that it might remind you that, oh, there's a question that have that. You quickly, even like this one now, when I wanted to search for preventing water, I saw rivet. Whenever you have finished searching, or maybe you are searching for one word, you have gone through this question, and you know that, oh, I'm already familiar with what I'm looking for. I'm searching for prevent water damage. My I'm going to C to search for my key, to search for my this thing, creating a watertight seal between each layers. I saw water, that's why I read there. And I also saw this iron rivet. So I will use it to confirm the other answer. So when you use your keyword, you are using your keyword to like quickly look for where that is not over, not only seal, but also aesthetically and smooth line, balance, proportion. So I don't think this is given too, but I will still have to continue searching because I didn't see it. I will check all through my this thing. I'm searching for prevent water damage. So no, I will go with E because you know why I'm going with E. No, now that I have confirmed, it's require. They said require regular maintenance to prevent water damage. Here they said the builders will select. Oh, sorry, this careful selection of material process is crucial for ensuring the vessel longevity and structural integrity. So if they are doing this to maintain integrity and structural longevity, then it doesn't require regular this thing, and that is why I go with it. Why I go with E. Five is C. Let me see. So okay, iron rivet. Like I said, when we read, I saw iron rivet, and I was going to go and read what is written around iron rivet. Are essential in making water both in making the water this thing. So iron rivets were essential in making the boat watertight. So creating a water secure using a water creating a watertight seal between each layers. So this is C. And the overlapping plank. When I was searching for this, I also like saw overlapping. Oh, you guys so I also like see overlapping plank was used to was key to both was the key to the boat's performance. Sorry. So I'm looking for overlapping plank design. Sorry, I don't know. I feel like taking off my wig. I'm looking for overlapping plank here. Nice. So followed by overlapping plank for okay. The process of layering the key, followed by overlapping plank. Overlapping plank form the hull. These plank are traditionally secured using iron rivets, creating a water-based distance. So they didn't say anything about the performance. The spaces between the plank are then filled with water and called cosking. This meticulous attention to this will ensure that each vessel is not only seaworthy but also okay. Yeah. Um C. So you see, I will still pick C because that's what it's eventually is an inferential question because they talked about overlapping layers and they continue talking about like the arrangement of the planks, the arrangement of the plank, how it make it make it not only seaworthy but also like balance protection and smooth line. So like seaworthy is more of talking about like the performance. That's why I will pick B. Then fishing, that's the one that we needed to confirm. Fishing. All the while I've been searching, I'm not sure I've seen anything that says something about fishing. So I may still need to maintain down my E. So I would maintain my E because I didn't see anything about fishing. Because this passage is actually technically about talking about the construction of the boat itself. They didn't really say anything about like when you are reading for meaning, right? About what they use the boat to do. It's more like the effort put in, the material used, and everything. So I will still like pick A. I will check A. Is it me that I'm not seeing fishing? Maybe by now my brain is already clogged. Where do people say A? Oh, not for fishing, not for number two. Okay, you're talking about, it says ship creation. Which one are you saying that is A? Sorry. Sorry, can you, people on YouTube, can you like explain like why you're saying, the one you're saying A, shipping tradition is A? For which number? For number two. Two is A. The overlapping plank design was key to both performance. So can you explain why you picked A? Okay, overlapped each other. Okay, where edges of the hut overlap, creating a strong, flexible, okay, a strong yet flexible structure where the edges of, okay. Hey, let me read that C. Okay, that's it. Okay, I, the reason why I agree is because this one was more like creating a strong yet flexible structure, yet flexible structure, a strong yet flexible structure performance. Let me see what I pick in D. Okay, attached by the following design. This design are traditional secures, creating a, this species in design and then this meticulous attention to details and each is still worthy, but also aesthetically based on with balanced and peaceful. Well, let me go with what you guys, because majority of the, okay, majority of the people will say A. Okay, let's go. I'll go with A. But if it's an exam, I will pick C. I guess I will fail it anyway. So wood for both building. Sorry, I was reading in my mind. I forgot that was wood for both building are harvested at specific time. I saw somewhere they wrote winter in A. I don't know if it's in A, but I saw somewhere they said I don't know if it's in A winter. Okay, here it's in B. Sorry, I harvested at specific time. So I typically harvested during winter. So I maintain this. You see it. But why I picked B then when I was going, because I put it in down when I was writing that, oh, I read about how they got the material processing. So anything like wood for boat building is the process of doing it. So because I had process written down, that was why I picked B. So modern boat building exclusively use Nordic tradition. I picked D, and for me to confirm this answer for you guys, like I when we read today, why modern tools have incorporated has been incorporated into the craft. Many traditional Nordic board builders still maintain historical techniques. Okay, now I see a trap here. Do you guys see the trap I'm seeing? Okay, today modern building exclusively. They said exclusively use modern traditional this thing. Today, why no? They did not exclusively use. I will go with it. I don't know. Like, do you people see the trap? Your my own set test with isn't showing practice. Have you did you subscribe? Anastasia, did you subscribe? Did you people see this trap? I don't know. Like, I mean, I see it as a trap. Modern boat builders exclusive, because those are the kind of trap you see in the exam. But modern boat builders exclusively use traditional Nordic method. If you read this question, they say today, why modern materials and tools has been incorporated into the craft, many traditional Nordic boat builders still maintain historical historical techniques and design principle. The word exclusively used, but here they said why. Okay, exclusively method. Okay, tools. Okay, no, I pick D. I go back to my option. No, it's not a trap. I still maintain my D. You know why I maintain my D? Is a trap, but I still maintain my D because they said why modern materials and tools has been incorporated. But if you see, they said for the technique, they still maintain historical techniques and design principle. Here, it's talking about method. It's not talking about mat- materials. I don't know. They use modern material, but they still use the historical principle, because this is the next sentence that made me say, okay, this preservation of the traditional material has led to renewed interest in Nordic boat building. So, like, I don't know. Do you yeah, four is D. Okay, you guys like agree, but then it's like a track. Why? And this why is very important thing, because that was one thing that also made me skeptical. They say why modern materials and tools, but here it's talking about they have incorporated many, but still maintain historical technique and design principle is the same thing as method. So they use traditional method, but they use modern material. We don't, you say we don't know too. We have to have, like, that's how you and all. But during practice, like when you are in these hard things, you continue like practice and see how you hard questions and all. So when you see why, but however, always reread what is around there. That's the essence of, at least you learn that today. You know that, oh, when I see why, I have to reread to know that, oh, because why would give away, like, will contradict something that is said. Why this is the main this thing. So this one is like a negative. So I think basically the has remained consistent over time. Yeah, this one I will still leave it at that. I don't know if anybody agrees. Yeah. Please, I can't see practices on my set speech. So how do you what do you mean you can't see practices? Are you sure you can uh can you chat me up later on TikTok, not on YouTube? YouTube cannot chat. Can you chat me up later, please? I think we have gone through all these questions. Okay, and this one, the way we have gone through this whole this thing, we still didn't see anywhere where they mention family. Abi, is it me that did not see it? You guys, they said apart from generation to generation. Generation is written in C, so I wrote it down when I talked about C. I passed down through generation of builders. Well, I don't know because I wrote down generation. So do you guys feel like this one now? Because sometimes to me, I struggle. The traditional boat builders were typically kept within families. Is it the same as the construction of building um, has always been highly skilled craft passed down through generations of builders? Yeah. When I'm doing like a person like practice, like a self practice, like I do with time, the essence of our practice is for you to like, oh, get the strategy, then you go and practice on that time. For instance, when I was joining, I joined, like I told you guys, I always like watch Celpip official YouTube. Brandy, if you used to watch their YouTube, you know Brandy. She will always say, she's, I think it's one of their popular people that used to do their Celpip life teaching. She will always say something, don't pay attention to time. I think, I don't know where she always said, just make sure that okay, it was one of their speaking video I was even watching. She said, just make sure you get it first. After you get it first, then you start paying attention to time. If you, and that is why, like, if you can study within within a short time, fine. But if you know you don't have time, you have to give it if you know you don't have long time to practice, to like for people that have PGWP, maybe you have time frame because you need to, then you have to be giving him more time every day. But the first thing is for you to get the strategy. Then once you have understand that, oh, this is how this strategy work, then you start working on time. You will start doing it under time condition. I want to submit to, but I don't know. This eight, you guys, it's super tricky. I feel seven is A. The basic of, okay, has remained, the basic design of has remained consistent over time. So, okay, the civil technique has developed over million and allowed as condition while maintaining. Okay, the basic principle of consent has remained largely unchanged. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah. What of eight? I want you to suggest answer for number eight. Sorry, I have to attend to that. Insightful, I sent it to you, but using I didn't use this my main account. Insight by V, sorry. So let me submit. Eight is E for sure. E for sure. I'm not for sure, but okay. But wait, what happened? It didn't submit. I don't know. Let me go back if it was. Sorry. Let me see if it we did. But I thought we submitted. Oh, sorry. I thought we submitted then. I'm sorry, you guys. It didn't submit. Number 96. I pray I remember all the things we pick. I click on submit and then it went haywire. So I know we picked E, A, B. I can still remember this ones. I know we picked E here, E here, A here, UNESCO D, I think, right? Yeah. And then this one, iron rivet. Is this C? Yeah, C. Sorry, can you guys remember what we picked in number four? I think four is D. I mean, yeah, four D. This is everything we picked, right? So you see, I was saying I wasn't sure. Satan, the English can pass through generation of builders. That family, I said it. Kai, we share that one. Oh no, I think I made mistake when I was repeating this option because we said it. Why modern tools have been incorporated? Many. So it's E. It's me that made mistake in this second time. So this is the only one we missed. Abi, you remember, like I went over this too, and I said modern tools have been incorporated. Why many they still maintain? So the word exclusively made this statement false. Abi, what did we pick? Did we pick? I forgot. That number 4. I don't know. Exclusively. Okay. That number 4. That exclusively and what, because the word exclusively said they exclusively use it. Why this based on the false based content, since this information is stated but not supported by any paragraph. It was a trap indeed. No, number 4, yeah. So like there is a trap. Ah, sorry, I'm reading comment on YouTube. So this is not a good one, but this one, traditional, I can say in families, generation of builders. I should have trusted my instinct, and I always like go with my instinct in the exam. Like I'll tell myself, go with your instinct. Family, generation of builders, generation. And I wrote it down. If I go with what I wrote down on my this thing, that generation like should have just given it out, passed down from generation to generation. So this is number 4. Let's do from 4 and go home. This like click on the show answers. Okay. You want me to click on show answers? Sorry. I've taken it out. I didn't see your comment first. Let's just pick one. Pick one in part D. Me, I'm not even in my best self anymore. It's almost 4 hours of talking, talking, talking. Almost 3 hours. The the decline of cursive writing. This is cursive writing lost art worth preserving or outdated skill. Yeah, should we do this one? Or do you guys have, as I'm scrolling, do you have anyone we should go through? We should do. I'm just reading. I like to use because part 4 of Celpip reading is always like more of social issues. Like for the people that have talked about the question they get, it's more like social issues they always like having opinions on. And that's what I look at. Movement of, should we do number 14? Or do you people have anyone? Abi, we should go, call it a day. Should you do one more? This last one and go. But I'm sincerely very exhausted. Let me just round it off to 3 o'clock and then we go. This is for 15 minutes. I doubt we will be okay. 15 minutes. No, that means I won't talk to you people. If I want to just go through the question, I won't talk to you people. Let's do let's do 4. Okay, 24. You said number 24, right? Let's do 24. It's possible. Someone said, let's call it a day. Okay, should we call it a day and start with 4? Or you can come back to. I'm actually totally exhausted. Like I've not even been like my mistake. It's not easy to be lecturer. Oh. You'll be talking, talking, talking from morning till night. Should we call it a day? It's only one person. Should we call it a day? Call it a day. Let's call it a day, please. Thank you, you guys. Oyin Damola. Yes, okay, yeah. Oyin Damola. Let's call it a day. Yeah, I might just say like I'm actually not in my bed. I'm actually very exhausted already. I've not even had breakfast today. So thank you guys for joining. So have you people agreed on time that we are coming here tomorrow, or you are not coming? If people are not coming, it's good though. Let me go and do some and we are outside. Oh, what time tomorrow? Okay. Let's come by. They said 12 for you. Somebody said they are going to church. 8 p.m. Nigerian time, is it good? 3 p.m. Sorry, which location are you in? Ajokade? You said 3 p.m. Which location are you in? Is 8 p.m. Nigerian time? Is it good? Uh-uh. Yeah, we'll do 8 to probably 10. I'm not using more than 2 hours tomorrow by God's grace. Hmm. 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay. Oh, Ajoka. Oh, okay. We are in the same province now. That means you will join us later. No, 8 p.m. will be. Sorry, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. That will be what in Canada time. That will be 1 p.m. Canada time or our time or Ajoke. But it can't really favor everyone, like it says. Because if you come three, that would be around, a majority of the people we have here are Nigerians, are people in Nigeria. And that would be around their kind of 10, they are about to sleep. Yeah. Okay, 1 p.m. Okay, yeah, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. So every other person, 8 p.m. West African time. That would be 1 p.m. Mountain daytime. Please, mountain daytime. Don't put mountain standard time. That's winter time. Mountain daytime on Google. Thank you. Let's call it a day. Let me stop sharing my screen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for coming. Please, thank you. And please, okay, for you commenting, you would have subscribed. If you did not subscribe, you won't comment. So thank you for subscribing and thank you. And please, if you have an exam, please practice. Like one thing I noticed for people that are consistent, I know, like especially for people in Canada, that always say, oh, they don't have time. They're always packing shift, well, working. Like sometimes I don't want to use proverb, but sometimes when you say important, you just have to give it that time. You need to study, practice and practice. At least even if for the days you are going to work, still give it time, like practice time. Still have a practice time and don't compromise on it. For people that I know that consistently practice, they're always like doing well, and hopefully everybody will pass. Just practice and practice and practice. By the time you are practicing this, you are practicing and practicing, you are failing, you are reading why you fail, and go back and learn a lesson from it. If you are tired, don't do like me today that we did though. I should have ended this live video since, and but if you're tired, just stretch and then you can always come back. Um I think for next Saturday, maybe we'll do earlier like we did last Saturday. That one was much better. We did earlier and then we came back later. So that way it's not at a stretch like this. I wasn't this tired and worn out from the last Saturday one. So thank you everyone. When I decide on the time for next Saturday, maybe I'll put it on my page too. But for tomorrow, we'll meet 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Have a good day, everyone. I don't know where my camera. Okay, this is where my camera is. Bye bye. Bye.